by MindSnap Summary. Why do some people seem destined for greatness, while others, equally talented, equally hardworking, never quite break through? Is it just luck, raw talent, or is there something deeper at play? In Outliers, Malcolm Gladwell challenges everything we think we know about success. It's not just about who you are, but where, when, and what surrounds you. This is the story behind success, and how outliers are made, not born. Introduction. What is an outlier? An outlier is someone who stands far outside the average in performance, results, or reputation. Think the Beatles, Bill Gates, Serena Williams, Steve Jobs. Malcolm Gladwell dives deep into their stories, but not just to praise them. He wants to know what made them different. The answers are surprising. Because they challenge the myth of the self-made man. Instead of talent and willpower alone, Gladwell finds something else. Hidden advantages, unseen patterns, and the power of context. Let's explore 5 major takeaways from Outliers and how they might reshape how you think about success. 1. The 10,000-hour rule. Success takes time. One of the most famous ideas from Outliers is the 10,000-hour rule. To become world-class at anything, you need around 10,000 hours of deliberate practice. Let's break that down. The Beatles didn't become legends overnight. They played over 1,200 gigs in Hamburg, Germany, often 8 hours a night, before hitting it big. That was their training ground. Bill Gates? He had rare access to a computer terminal at age 13 in 1968, almost unheard of back then. He spent countless nights coding, far before coding was cool. It's not that practice guarantees success, but world-class success requires it. And here's the real insight. Most people stop practicing when they get good enough. Outliers keep going until they're great. Reflection. Think about your own life. Where have you stopped at good enough? What skill could you master if you stacked your hours? Timing matters more than you think. Let's say Gates was born 5 years earlier. No early computers. Or the Beatles never went to Hamburg. Would they still be outliers? Gladwell says probably not. Bill Gates was born in 1955, perfectly positioned for the PC revolution. Most top hockey players in Canada are born in January, February, or March. Why? Because youth hockey leagues have a January 1st cutoff, and those born earlier in the year are slightly older, stronger, and get selected for elite teams earlier. That early selection leads to better coaching, more practice, and eventually, massive advantage. This isn't conspiracy, it's compounding. Success doesn't just come from talent. It comes from when you enter the game and how early you start accumulating advantage. Reflection. What windows of opportunity are opening around you right now? And are you ready to take them? Cultural legacy shapes behavior. This is where Outliers gets really fascinating. Gladwell explores how where you come from, your culture, traditions, even language, can shape your behavior in invisible ways. Example, Korean Air. In the 1990s, they had a high rate of plane crashes, not because of bad pilots, but because of culture. Korean culture is deeply hierarchical. In the cockpit, co-pilots were reluctant to speak up or correct the captain, even in life-threatening situations. Once this was understood and communication protocols were changed, crash rates dropped dramatically. Now think about that for a second. A pilot's tone of voice, shaped by cultural upbringing, made the difference between life and death. But it's not just about planes. Some cultures raise children to value obedience. Others prize individualism. Some encourage conflict avoidance, others directness. None of these are good or bad, but they create default behaviors, and you carry those into every decision you make. Reflection. What cultural defaults are influencing your choices, and which ones might be holding you back without you even realizing? 4. Legacy. You inherit more than you know. Beyond culture, we also inherit social patterns, expectations, habits, and mindsets passed down through generations. Gladwell explores this in a powerful story about Jewish immigrants in New York. Many came to the U.S. with little money, but they had skills like dressmaking and a strong work ethic. Over time, those skills turned into successful businesses. Contrast that with families who arrived later with fewer transferable skills. Their path was harder. Another example. In the Deep South, certain rural communities developed honor cultures, where any perceived insult was met with aggression. That cultural legacy still influences conflict and behavior in those regions today. Here's the truth. Your story didn't start with you. You inherited momentum, positive or negative, from what came before. But Gladwell makes it clear, Legacy is not destiny. Once you understand your background, you gain the power to decide what to carry forward and what to leave behind. Reflection. What part of your legacy gives you strength? And what part is worth rewriting? 5. Outliers never succeed alone. The final and perhaps most grounding insight from Outliers is this. Success is never solo. Behind every great achievement is a network of mentors, timing opportunities, support. Invisible advantages. Gates had a mother who sat on a board that gave him computer access. The Beatles had a club in Hamburg, willing to let them play every night. Even talent needs a platform to grow. And here's the real lesson. Outliers aren't just talented. They're positioned. And when they get the chance, they're prepared. You don't control everything in life, but you do control how ready you are when opportunity comes knocking. Reflection. Who's in your corner? And who could you help become an outlier? Closing recap, 1.5 min. Let's bring it all together. Outliers teaches us that success is not just about talent or hustle. It's about context. Put in the hours, 10,000 of them. Watch the timing and prepare for your moment. Understand your cultural defaults. Learn your legacy and choose what to keep and never forget. No one does it alone. This book doesn't just explain success. It humanizes it. It shows us that behind every genius is a story, full of work, timing, culture, and support. And that means something powerful for you. Success is closer than you think, but it's not found in shortcuts, it's found in patterns. If this gave you a new perspective on success, hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below. What's your outlier advantage or disadvantage? And what will you do with it? Let's grow smarter together. Title: Why Some People Succeed and Others Don't. In a world where decisions shape our lives, imagine having a secret weapon at your disposal. What if you could make choices based not on chance, but on clarity and insight? Let's delve into a fascinating concept that can change your perspective on decision-making. Many of us often feel overwhelmed by choices. We ponder and deliberate, but still find ourselves unsure. This is where the power of structured decision-making comes into play. First, identify the decision at hand. What do you need to decide? Writing it down helps clarify your thoughts. Next, gather information. Research can provide valuable insights into your options. Then, create criteria for your decision. What factors are most important? Rank these criteria based on your values and goals. Once ranked, evaluate your options against this criteria. Rate each choice based on how well it meets your criteria. This visual aids better comparison. After assessment, reflect on the results. What stands out as your best option? Now let's bring this to life with an example. Picture choosing a new car. Instead of getting lost in brand loyalty, identify your priorities: price, fuel efficiency, and safety. Research models that fit your criteria. Rate one model highly for safety but low on price. Another might excel in fuel efficiency but lacks safety. As you weigh your options, this structured approach reveals the best overall choice based on your values. To sum it up, structured decision-making streamlines choices. It transforms uncertainty into clarity, empowering you to make confident decisions. Now, take control of your choices. Begin your journey by applying this method in your next decision-making scenario. Check out our other videos for more tips to navigate life with wisdom. Subscribe and like.